Hey, welcome to my channel where I talk about dolls, and that's literally it. And in this video, I'm going to be reacting to the highly anticipated and much speculated and also slightly leaked Wicked dolls that American Girl released this morning. I'm going to show Glinda first, and she's $295 being released, like I said, this morning to the Berry tier. So Berry members can order her now and then open all to all tomorrow. And for anyone who hasn't seen, let me just show you because obviously there's going to be a lot to say about her. She's the Marie Grace mold. She's the number 5 skin tone, so the lightest canon skin tone, so not a special skin tone. And she's got brown eyes, and I guess this is the evolved look that she has in Wicked for Good. I'm saying that as if I haven't seen the trailers, but yeah, that's what it is. And I already spoke a little bit about it all, but the first thing I want to say is I know a lot of people I was surprised to hear that a lot of people weren't feeling these boxes, and I think they're beautiful. I think they're amazing. I think they showed both sides of the characters, Glinda and Elphaba, and I realize that they're a lot taller. They look like they might even be taller than the Barbie box, who I'm looking over at her because that was taller, just like Kirsten's surprise. So they might even be bigger than that to fit the crown, which isn't even on top of her head, and then Elphaba's hat, which you'll see later. And so as far as the doll goes, I think it's interesting that they use Marie Grace. I don't know if I would have had a an ideal doll mold to use for her, because the truth is I don't really feel like I'm excited for Glinda, and I wouldn't have been because I'm more team Elphaba. Even Wicked Witch of the West, when I was a kid growing up watching Wizard of Oz, the original, because I was a weird kid, I liked the Wicked Witch. And so I never really cared about the Good Witch of the North, I think she's called in the old movie. And so what else do I need to say? The back of the box, I guess I can show you that too, because I think they did great. I like the fact that, especially for American Girl, it's not a whole bunch of pink shoved down our throats, and there is pink, and there'll be more pink because it's Glinda. But I just think, yeah, everything looks really wonderful. The doll is pretty, but even if I did care about Glinda, I don't think I would feel I don't know. I guess I would feel differently if I really loved Glinda. But the truth is, she's Marie Grace with brown eyes and longish blonde hair. I already have the Rapunzel doll, and I've given her brown eyes, so I feel like, to me, and this is just my personal taste, I think she's great. So I think anybody who likes Glinda will like her, but I'm just saying, for me, I already have other Marie Grace dolls that I like better than this, so I don't feel any enticement to get Glinda. And there's one thing I want to talk about in her dress, and it's so silly that it makes me not like the dress. What is it called? Paradola. I see a face in the bodice. Do you see like an eyes and a nose and then like this angry looking mouth? So I don't know if it's just the way the dress looks when it's not on the doll, because I'm focusing right in on it here. So it bothers me to look at it. And I don't know, maybe some people like that. Is it supposed to look like that? I haven't seen the movie. I've seen I haven't seen the sequel because it's not out yet, but I saw the Broadway show, and I don't remember remember there being a face on her dress. So I just don't know if that's a silly thing for me to focus on. And if you didn't see it and I ruined it for you, you're now with me. Uh, but so she's got cute shoes, and she's got, I guess they look like unique underwear, and I always appreciate that the special edition dolls have underwear that you can only get with that particular doll, even though you're never going to see the underwear. It's going to be on the doll, under her clothes, and I can't help but like the details just knowing that they're there. And she's got this weird looking wand. I don't know what it makes me think of, at least in pictures, it makes me think of a jellyfish or something, or there were these old toys that you could throw them at the wall and they would stick and roll down. That's what I see when I look at it, but I hope I haven't ruined that for you too if that's something you didn't see. And maybe you wouldn't anyway. And earrings. Okay, so she's got a pair of pearl-looking earrings. Ooh, the more I zoom in, the worse it looks. But anyway, you can't really see them on the picture of the doll herself, so I guess that's the only way really to see it. And it probably has some kind of rhinestones or something around it. And I think as far as, you know, her being a blonde, pretty doll, I'm pretty sure she'll be popular. Even though to me, Elphaba's the main character. And so now let me go to Elphaba because she's the one I'm more excited to talk about. And same thing, $295 available to Berry members today, September 22nd, and then to everyone, open to all on September 23rd. And these don't ship to Canada or international, it's normal for their limited edition dolls. It does say they'll be available on Amazon, but that doesn't necessarily mean Amazon Canada. I'm in Canada, for the record. That's why I'm mentioning that. And so I can't I don't know right now if they're going to end up on Amazon Canada. Maybe they'll sell really fast and they'll sell out really quickly, so they won't even make it to Amazon. I don't know. It'll be the same weird release that happened with Wednesday, because it seems like these are going to be open up to all sooner than what happened with Wednesday. I haven't even think shown Elphaba yet, but anyway, same box, just a very bright. Well, at least on my phone, it's gonna look, or my camera, it's gonna look like really bright green. And I just have to say, I think they did an amazing job with Elphaba. I love her. I love all the details of her outfit. I'm just gonna jump all over the place because I really do. This picture, or pictures of this doll, leaked, so most of you would have seen her before she went on the site today. Anyhow, there was some. It looked like a Facebook Marketplace listing, and I hope nobody got in trouble for that. I don't know how it happened, but so we all already knew that she was a McKenna mold and has green freckles, the Felicity green eyes, and a unique green skin tone, and that she had the long black braids and really detailed outfit. The same broom, I believe, that they always have with their Halloween dolls, like their witch dolls. And maybe, I don't know, I guess maybe it is different. It's got stuff going around the broomstick, because I don't think my Halloween dolls have that. So, well, I guess I could show you the back of her box. It's a little bit different since it's got Elphaba's silhouette instead of Glinda's. But other than that, there's not much really to comment on here. It's still a really well-branded box. The same things I would have said about Glinda, just with her silhouette. And therefore, I like it better because it's Elphaba. And that's more of a personal thing, right? Growing up, being a different kind of kid, you always related more to, maybe not everyone felt this way, but you related a little bit more to the villains or maybe the misunderstood character. And so when they had her really be a misunderstood villain by introducing, or when they wrote Wicked, then it made me like her even more. And I really liked the way she was depicted both in the floor. I guess I didn't see it on Broadway because I saw it in Canada, but it was like, let's call it the Broadway show. So the way they depicted, I liked the way she was depicted on the Broadway show. And then I really loved the way that she was depicted in the movie, last year's movie. So I think I have more of not a connection with the character, but she appeals to me more. And so having uh, this doll come out, I'm not, I'm about to say that I don't know if I'm going to get her, because buying a few things. If I really, really like something, then I will. But I'm just saying, if I were going to get one of them, it would definitely be Elphaba. And I haven't shown you this angle of her. It's more from the side, just to show you the more details of her hat and her green cloak. Everything just looks so beautiful. I love all the different shades and textures, and I just feel she's so much more detailed. And not more detailed, she's really well detailed. Glinda is too, but she doesn't have a face on her gown, so maybe I like it better. No, I also like it better because I like the design of her doll. I like the movie design, and I like the Broadway show design. So I'm just saying, they came up with a movie version. I love it. I don't have any complaints about this, really. I know people would have loved to see any mold. I think people wanted to see an Addie mold, and I can agree, but I don't have a problem with them using McKenna mold either, mainly because I like the mold. It's not used very much, so it seems pretty, not unique necessarily, but it's just something that you don't see it a lot, so you appreciate it more. I appreciate it more because I don't think everybody did when they use it, especially for a unique character like Elphaba. And I love that they did the long braids. And it's funny, I have this custom behind me because she kind of reminds me of a green version of this doll that I did. And it is a coincidence. So it's like, see, she has like a medium brown skin tone. She's the 30 skin tone, and then the light brown decal eyes. So the eyes kind of match her skin tone, same as this doll. And then I gave her long black braids. So it is funny. So it's almost like I have a human version. And then would I be able to get the witch version, the green version? Because like I said, I don't know if they're coming to Amazon Canada. And even if I do decide I want her, I only want to get her if she's accessible. And I mean, people are wonderful in the collecting community, so I know that people would be happy to help because, like I said, and I appreciate it, how wonderful people are. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to make certain limitations on my collection so that if I can make something like, oh, that doesn't meet that criteria, then I won't get it, because I I have a lot of dolls and I'm trying to have fewer dolls at this point in my collecting life. And so if that's one thing that can eliminate me getting her, then I'll go, okay, then I'm not meant to get her. But that's not to say I wouldn't if I could. I love the doll and I think she's wonderful. I just want to make that very clear. And she's also got unique underwear. They're black with white leg. What do we call that? Where are they, up here? Nope, I went a little bit too hard. But anyway, so they're unique from Wednesdays, who are all black. They have white around the rim, I guess you could say. And like I said, that's the cloak I was talking about, where it's got the nice gradient green. So they just got all these nice shades of green. And I'm not a big green stan or fan or anything like that, but I just think it makes her look really unique, because green isn't a color that's used a lot in the American Girl world. And you know what color is, so that's coming up soon. But anyway, so here's more of the details of her dress, and I just think they did a really great job of putting everything down into the scale, which isn't easy to make doll scale clothes. So I really like everything. I think she's a 10 out of 10, to be honest. Glinda, I think, is great too. I just don't feel that same want for the doll because of the character. I like her fine. I think Ariana Grande did a great job, but I'm just saying, as far as characters go, I prefer Elphaba. And I, so I was surprised to find out that Elphaba has a lower edition size than Glinda. And my first reaction was, but isn't Elphaba the main character? And then I had the realization, oh, she's the main character, but she doesn't have blonde, long hair and doesn't have any pinkness to her. So they probably just expect she won't be as popular. So I think there are about, what, like 1,000 fewer Elphaba over than Glinda has, which is too bad, because I think people might want them as a set. I wouldn't want them as a set. I would only want Elphaba, and if she has fewer, then that sucks. Because just saying, like, I don't know, they must base it on numbers, and they know what they're going by, and they have their reasons. I just was surprised, is that all I'll say. And so now moving on to their pajama sets, because they have limited edition pajama sets coming out as well. I'll show you everything, starting with Glinda's, of course. The pink frilly, furry pink pajama set that she wears in the movie, and I guess you could say it was a very iconic scene, so I could see why they would make this. But the funny thing about them making pajama sets is these are limited edition dolls, so it kind of indicates that they expect a lot of the collectors will take these dolls out of the box and put them in the clothes, or do they think you're just going to have the dolls and then display these boxes of clothes with them? Because if I got the Wicked doll, if I got the Elphaba doll, I wouldn't open her. I would want to keep her in that display because uh, it looks so expensive. Like, it looks so like heirloom quality. So I don't know if I would want to take her out. And so here's a picture of Glinda in the pajama set with her little vanity mirror. I think that's what it's called, right? So that's what you expect. Blonde doll wearing all pink. And AG American Girl loves that. And I'm sure collectors do too. And that is her style, or that is the aesthetic from the movie. So of course it's going to be like that. It's just that, again, there are so many more of her pajama sets than Elphaba's, almost double. So it's like they're really not expecting much from Elphaba. Yeah, from Elphaba. And I even like her pajama set better than, well, and maybe because I'm sick of pink, but I don't know. I guess, again, biased toward the character. Oh, and I didn't even talk about her painted on baby hairs, which is cute. Maybe because she had the hat on, so I didn't see them, and you could see them more in her pajama pictures. So I'd like to see more details. That I just think they did a great job, and I hope that people really like her. Um, but we all have our different tastes, right? So here is her everything not in the or not on the doll, so you can just see everything clearly. So she comes with that little potion-looking bottle, and is it a grimoire or a journal, the green book? And so I think she has a lot of fun details included. So I hope people like it, but I hope there's enough for everyone too, because like I said, half the amount of the limited edition size, it's like double the pink pajamas. But maybe, you know what it is? Maybe they think that they will be more, even non people who don't want the dolls may want the pink pajamas because it's pink. And I think they're $80, and it's just the same price as the Clueless collaboration. So it was kind of the number I expected. But to go back to what I was saying earlier about the edition sizes and how surprised I was that Elphaba has less than Glinda. I don't think I said the numbers. Uh, Elphaba has around 6,000, no more than 6,000, whereas Glinda, the doll, speaking of the dolls, has no more than 6,800. And I don't know if any of you noticed the awkward cuts that have happened in this video. There's a little bit of a heads up spoiler, but there was this video was originally going to be a lot longer, because as far as I knew, there were more things coming out today, and that's what I'm saying. It's a heads up spoiler, is there's more coming. And so I had to come back and cut and edit around this video like crazy, just so I wasn't spoiling anything, because I don't want to leak stuff. I don't want to be that kind of person. And not that it's a bad person. I'm just saying I don't want to be that person who would risk getting someone in trouble. So that's why I'm saying I had to come back. But it's a good thing, because I can now talk a little bit more about the edition sizes to say that I think this is a good example of American Girl really getting it wrong what collectors want and what they think will sell. Because if you, I don't know how arbitrary the added to bag numbers are, but they wouldn't just be, they wouldn't reverse them. I'm saying that because Glinda, if you look at the numbers, there haven't been as many added to bag as Elphaba, and anybody I've seen on social media talking throughout the day, because it's it's a couple days after I filmed what you saw before, they're all more excited for Elphaba, but I think American Girl has this fixation on blonde dolls and pink that they don't expect that dolls like Elphaba are going to be what's going to do well with collectors, because when it's a collector doll, so I don't know why this is all my speculation and opinion here, that it seems that they always want to push this blonde doll wearing pink thing where they just either it sells with the kids or they want it to sell, they want it to be representing their brand. But then think about something like Wednesday, who sold out really quickly. Not really quickly, not like the first Barbie did, but quickly compared to the other limited edition dolls we've seen released since that Barbie doll who sold out. The first day it went to everyone. And so I really hope that this can be something. Alpha hasn't even sold out yet or anything. I'm just saying she looks like she's doing better and they made fewer of her. So I'm hoping that if she does really well, that American Girl can sort of curb their expectations and start making dolls that are more interesting and different from all their other dolls. Because I can see, I can understand how a green doll, a doll like Elphaba, looks like she might be a hard sell. But you must know the audience. You're making these dolls, so you have to know that Elphaba is the one everyone relates to and everyone wants to get behind, and it's about her. So it's too bad that they, instead of trying to make more of the doll that looks like she may sell better, I could be wrong, by the way, saying that again. It's too bad that they didn't make more of her, or that they couldn't try, maybe, try making dolls that aren't one after the other of the dolls that they think are the only dolls that collectors want, or kids, or whatever. But listen, when it comes to dolls, they keep saying that kids are getting aged out younger and younger. So I don't know why they wouldn't just try to, appease adult collectors a little bit more. And these are doing that, I think, because they're here, and Wednesday did that too. But I'm just saying, it's funny that they obviously thought Glinda was going to do better, and she still might. But I'm saying, but the way things look, I would, I would have guaranteed before, or I would have said before, that I think Elphaba will do better than Glinda, but that's my personal taste. But I can't always rely on my own bias, but I just feel like that's what's happening. So that's my way of saying too, I may not be able to get her, and that's okay if she sells out before she gets to Amazon. I'd rather just if people get her who really love her, and I can focus on the dolls that I love. But they're really nice, they're really cool, and I'm really glad that they're doing stuff like this, giving us things that are a little bit different, even if they're trying to fall back on the things that seem safe for them. But whatever, they're just dolls. And so, like I said, spoiler, that there's more coming. I thought more was coming today, so I had this really long video, which means this is a little bit more of a part one. I don't know how many parts it'll be. Anyway, I wasn't prepared for such a short video, so thanks for hanging out with me in this little quick one, and hopefully I'll see you soon. I'm saying hopefully, but I know I'll see you soon in the next one.